Welcome to yoga. So today all the props you'll need is a yoga blanket or a small towel. We'll begin in child's pose. Take your knees wide, about the distance of your mat, and you can optionally use this towel or blanket to potentially support your head, right? Lifting the ground up a little bit to you. Could go for under your forehead, or if your belly, your chest feel a little unsettled, they're not touching the ground, you could roll it up and put it under chest and belly, resting the forehead down. Optionally, you could also grab a pillow, a bolster to put underneath you. Settle into your variation of this shape. Let your shoulders be wide, arms about the distance of your yoga mat. And breathe. Allow your body to settle into this shape, letting gravity do its job. Allow your breath to deepen. Breathing in and out. Body softening and settling. Staying in child's pose, simply walk one of your arms, maybe going right arm over towards the left side of your mat. In doing this, you're starting to stretch the right side of your body. Move in a way that your arms can still stay relatively relaxed down on your mat. And if that's not possible, you may have just stretched too far towards the left. So come out of it a little bit. Soften the shoulders and breathe. Slowly begin to walk your hands back neutral, your torso back neutral. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. And again. And then walk hands to the other side of your mat. Left arm reaching over towards the right. Maybe the left hand rests on top of the right. Doesn't matter how far you go, really just looking for that sense of lengthening through the left side. Perhaps from the left hip all the way up the side of the body, the ribs to the underarm. Come back through center. Actually walk yourself up to hands and knees. If you have a blanket or a towel, you can fold it in half, put it underneath your knees, finding table shape, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Begin to find cat-cow. So we're arching the spine, tucking the chin towards your chest, and then dropping the belly, beginning to lift the gaze ever so slightly. Flow in between these, moving your spine, creating movement in your spine. Maybe you move with your breath, inhaling into one shape, exhaling into the other. Just an option. Still tabletop now, and stretch your toes. Tuck the toes underneath, and you might just stay there, or you can press your hips back towards your heels. Your toes are going to let you know how far is enough. You'll feel that stretch there. Toes aren't really an area that we tend to focus on, so this might feel kind of intense. Breathe through it. Come back through tabletop, and you can actually bang out gently the top of your feet. Getting into the hamstrings, stretch one leg straight out behind you. You can gently press through the heel, but keep shoulders over the wrists. You might even gently press up in between your shoulder blades. Gaze past the tip of your nose and breathe. Breathing in and out. So, If you want to stay here in more of a stretch, keep your foot on the ground. If you'd like to work on balance and core strength, lift your right leg up. Extension from your hip. You could even extend your left arm, reach it forward for a full counter stretch. And slowly come back down. Find tabletop and a little bit of movement to just kind of reset your body, recalibrate. You could find cat-cow, you could find some C-curves. As you may have guessed, we're going to go onto the left side. So left leg goes straight out behind you. On the ball of your foot, press through the heel. Press down through your palms, giving a little lift up through the shoulder blades. Breathe. Just like on the other side, you can either stay down on the ground for a stretch or work with balance and core strength, lifting the left leg up, straight out. Maybe reaching the right arm straight forward for a full counterbalance. Maybe you do that and realize, whoa, that was a little too much, so you bring your hand back down and just have the leg lifted. You get to choose. And slowly exit. Come down. If kneeling is comfortable, you can kneel, otherwise sit and just start to shake out your wrists. Shake your wrists, start to find circular movement, moving counterclockwise a few times, clockwise a few times. Coming to seated, if you aren't there, on your bottom. Sitting with legs crossed. Choose whichever leg is okay to be in front. We'll fold from here. So first just start to walk your arms out in front of you. So as you walk your arms forward, you might start to feel a sense of stretch or length through the back body, from your hips, your lower back. We're not looking to go to a certain point, rather just finding that lengthening. So you could use your blanket or your towel to rest your head on, maybe needing to fold it a few times. And again, you can think of the blanket or towel as like lifting the ground up to you. Also, maybe your head does not go that far down. That's okay. If your head isn't down, then just find softness in your shoulders and neck rather than clenching or holding. And alternatively, if your head is supported by blanket or towel, you might notice that over time you can lower it a little bit as your body naturally opens. Breathe here for a few more moments. Slowly start to bring yourself back up through seated. Pause in neutral. Breathe in. Breathe out. Check to see which leg is in front and swap your legs. Folding a second time. Start to walk your hands out. Know that your sides are different, so it might not look or even feel the same. It probably won't. Reaching your arms out, stopping at whatever point your edge is. Try not to force your body. If it's kind of telling you when enough is enough, respect that and stay there. You have the option to use your pillow or towel to support your head or chest. Breathe. Be gentle. Breathe. Allow gravity to do the work for you. If you are using a prop for your head or chest, you might be able to lower it. Or maybe you can walk your arms a little bit further out or drop down to your forearms. And also, maybe none of those things happen, right? They're just options. There's not a better than, worse than. It's all just different options, different paths. Take one more breath and slowly start to work your way up. Coming to seated, however you would like to sit, could even go up to a chair if you'd be more comfortable there. Begin to roll your shoulders, lifting them up close to your ears, dropping them down. So start to find really exaggerated shoulder shrugs. If you're anything like me, you might feel some cracks, feel some crunchies, tight shoulders. Move and breathe. Breathe and move. Now roll your shoulders in the opposite direction. That one might feel a little funky. Moving, breathing. Shoulders come back to stillness and bring your palms together. And then extend out wide like goalposts. So bring palms, forearms to touch. Bring them out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and just simply find this movement. It doesn't have to be with me. Opening your arms, squeezing shoulder blades together. Bringing palms, forearms together. Find this movement. Maybe link it with breath. In and out. Or actually hold the next time you're out. Arms could stay in goalpost or stretch out wide like an eye. Drop one arm down out from the side of your hip. Reach up and over, stretching through your side body. This is kind of similar to that child's pose variation we took earlier. If you start to rock up onto one hip, bring it back down. Otherwise, you're just in a tilt. So stretching from the side of your hip all the way up and over. Coming out to switch sides. So bring your arms out. Drop one arm down, the other side, reach up and over. And notice your neck here. You can gaze down, you could gaze up, see what feels best in your neck. Breathe. Slowly work your way up. Drop the arms down. Find seated cat-cow movement, arching your spine one way and the other. Just finding a little more movement in your spine before we settle in. So coming to relative stillness now, I invite you to bring one hand to your heart, the other hand to your belly, but you can do whatever you prefer. So if hands are on you, you can physically feel your breath. Allow the eyes to close if you're comfortable doing so. And tune into the natural flow of your breath. And begin to internally note each inhale and exhale, going something like this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. shifting the phrasing to here, now. Inhaling here, exhaling now. Here, now. Here, now. Bring your palms together towards your heart. Take a bow, honoring yourself in this practice, this dedication towards yourself. Take one final breath. Thank you for being here. Namaste.